Okay, digital citizens, especially those of you in the great beyond, this is an addendum to Module 4 where we talked about student voice. I want to make sure that you see how to take your creations. I'm not necessarily going to go through how to make this stuff. We did that in class, but I don't think I did a good enough job in explaining how to move things from wherever you created them to your PBWorks site. Remember, you're creating a page in your PBWorks called Module 4, Student Voice, or whatever you want to call it. Just make sure I know what it is you're talking about. And you're going to pick one of these that you create something for. So let's go into Pick-to-Chart. Now, the problem we had with Pick-to-Chart was you can't use my login because it says I've maxed out the amount that I can create, and fine. You go in, create yourself an account. It will give it to you for, I think, 30 days, enough time for you to decide that you want to go after this or not. JCPS does support the use of Pick-to-Chart in schools. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take the finished product that you have and do something with it. So as you can see here, I've got a finished product. Let's do this. Let me go into preview, and you can see what it looks like. Kind of cool here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that classic little snowman, the 3 dots up here, and I'm going to go to share. Now when I go to share, I have to make sure that I turn the link to public. It reminds me of that. And I can either copy this link right here, and when I do that, then all I need to do is I can go in and take that link, come over to the right page, my student voice that I want to put it into, and I just have to then add it in, paste it in. It recognizes it as a URL, so it'll come in clean. Let me move my page over here so you can see it better. There we go. All right, so I can come in here, I can paste in my link, and then when I save it and I click on it, it takes me to where the Pick-to-Chart is that I just created. Okay? And that's it. Last thing, remember, make sure that you name it at the top, otherwise it will not remember it. Okay? And it'll remind you to do that. It's not like it, it's pretty straightforward what to do. All right, so that was Pick-to-Chart. Now let's do Make Beliefs Comics. By the way, one of the things that we discovered today in class is some of the folks in class were using Edge or Internet Explorer. Don't do that. Don't do that. Use Chrome. Chrome understands all these different formats. It also understands how to save to the desktop, etc., etc. So in here, again, I'm not going to go over how to do everything. I'm going to basically just say, okay, I want to take a comic now that I have created, and I'm going to get it out of here and put it in my other, in my PBWorks. And when I do that, let's see if I can just grab something. Okay, so here we go. Pretend this is something I made. So now I'm going to save it. And I'm going to scroll down to where it says save, but I'm going to save image to disk. In other words, I'm going to create it and save it to my computer. Let's throw it into the desktop. I'll leave it at Make Beliefs Comics, although here, I'm not going to do that. Let's do it the right way, Steve. So I'm going to call it Module 4 Student Voice. Okay? Saving it to the desktop. Now, I go back to my wonderful PBWorks creations that I have. And I'm going to, again, go to that page, my student voice page that I have, and I'm going to When I do this, though, it's going to be different. Now on this page, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to where my images and files live, and I'm going to upload that file. Now all I got to do is go find it. Right here. So I now have an image file that I'm going to upload. It will come in. When I see it and I click on it, it drops the full comic into my page. Kind of cool. Okay. All right. Last one. This one I was very disappointed in. In fact, I sent the email today. The Storybird people. I dearly love Storybird, but the thing that worries me about it is they kind of don't know what they're doing these days, frankly. I just worry about how they're changing things up. Get yourself a free account. When we tried using my account, it worked, but didn't work. You know. And we did a picture book. Some folks looked at comics, but comics don't. Comics just use this bird. It's kind of dumb looking, frankly. So here's the picture book. And as we said in class, you go through, find your artwork. You need to have at least 3 pages. Okay? So I'm not going to go through all that because we went through that in class. But what I want to show you is, so here's my little thing I was making, Flying with Technology. Now, there's 2 ways I can do this. I'm going to show you both. You can basically just come up here and copy this URL. Put it into, again, the page where you want it to be in your PBWorks, which is Module 4. And all I'm going to do is just come in and drop that in. When I save it, it then will take me to the page where my book is. And as you can see, the little page turner icon pops in. Okay. So that's one way to do it. You can also download it as a PDF, excuse me, which is fine. You know, either one of these works. So to do the PDF, you basically come in and you open your book up again. And as you can see, it gives you this nice little how many pages you have and so on and so on. I'm going to add it to my bookshelf, or I can come over here and I can click on the little icon that's a little download icon. Let me show it to you again. See the little download icon? Click on that, and now it says Digital Reader PDF or Printable PDF. So if you want to actually print the thing out, you know, you can do that. Either one, again, will work. So if I do General PDF Reader, and once again, I'm going to download it. And once again, I'm going to put it on my desktop. It says Flying with Technology. Back to my PBWorks page. Why do I keep losing my PBWorks page? I keep opening things on top of it, I think. And once I'm back in here, I go to my wonderful student voice page. And now, by the way, you realize I'm throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this thing. On yours, it's just going, all I'm going to see is just one of these, whichever one you want. And I'm going to come down here, and we have the one right here that is the link that would take me to the book. Or I can come over here and I can do the same thing we just did with the comics. I can upload the file, which was called Flying with Technology PDF, and there it is. I already had it uploaded, so that's why I was barking at me. And I'm going to save it. Okay? And then when I click on that, what it will do is it opens it up and I can do the same thing. Okay? Sorry for any confusion I might have caused today with my inability to do this right, but I think we've got it pretty well covered now. Friday, we will take a dive into the swamp, into the sewer, and take a look at tweet. And I'm going to show you how to do a Twitter account that you can protect yourself with. And as Dr. Mattson talks about in the book, we have to let kids become a part of the conversation. If we don't, then we are denying them their right as citizens to have an opinion about things. So I will see you Friday. As always, if you have any questions, 502-457-2937, drop me a line.